For those of you that don't know, I had the idea to start my fashion brand, Rozana London, when I couldn't find a birthday dress for my 19th birthday. Many years later, and since I'm turning 27 tomorrow, I thought it'd be a great idea to get into 5 things I wish I knew before starting this journey of being a fashion brand owner. Okay, first up, which I think is something that everyone says, it is way more expensive than I thought. The other day, maybe like a couple months ago now, my accountant gave me a full breakdown of how much money I've put into the business. And it is a lot of money. Ultimately, it's an investment. And as all things, investments are risky. But when you're investing in yourself, investing in your dream, the risk is lower, but it is very expensive. And essentially, I've done a lot of job hopping for the main reason of getting more salaries with my 9 to 5 to fund this business. So I wish I knew it was expensive, but I do think the naivety of being 19 allowed me to actually start this business. I don't know if now at 27, I'd give it another go with this much to lose. Number 2, as I just mentioned, I have an accountant. Please get an accountant early on. That's a story for another day, but I have paid so much to HMRC in fines because I didn't have an accountant when I started out. And his yearly fee for filing anything he does for me for tax and things like that is so much less than the multiple times I've paid yearly fines because I didn't do my taxes correctly. So definitely number 2 would be to get an accountant. Number 3 is the importance of having fashion friends or people on the same journey as you, because it just validates the hardships or the struggles that you have. For example, when I'm screaming and shouting about an issue of a zip, it's a lot easier to explain to someone that's going through the same journey. Even when it comes to looking for photographers or models, it really helps have that community of people that can give good references, give ideas, and bounce off each other. And as I always say, and I know maybe not everyone thinks like this, and obviously I'm in a niche of tall women's wear, but no one only has one brand in their wardrobe. It benefits me to push forward other tall brands, to push forward other women's wear brands, because it means that the consumer as a whole is open to shopping with a small brand like me. It also means that the market and people looking at the market is bigger. Overall, we can all help each other out. And I'm really about that community aspect. And it is so useful to have other people in the space with you that understand what you're going through. And I wish I'd invested in those relationships earlier on in my fashion career. Number 4 is that balancing my 9 to 5, my social life, my relationships, and my business doesn't get easier with time. If anything, the older I get, I feel like the battle or the struggle to balance between all different aspects of my life gets harder every single year because priorities change and I'm always adjusting. So for example, when I was at uni, I took a year out of the business to graduate because, I had a set amount of time to graduate and I have forever to make this business a success. I'm going to be working on this business. I'm always going to be improving at every single stage of the business. So it was really important to me to graduate. So that was a priority then. Then I was in my 9 to 5, I was adjusting to a new job. Then I had some health issues, I had to adjust to that. Then I had some major things in my family last year that I had to prioritize that. And it's a constant struggle. So I think the idea that one day you're going to wake up and know how to be the best mom, the best wife, and the best businesswoman, and maybe you're working 9 to 5, and the best daughter, and the best friend, I think it's a myth. And it's just important to always be flexible and to give yourself grace to know that you're constantly trying to balance this and make that, just be realistic about what you're able to do, what you're able to balance, and the fact that you are constantly trying to manage this balancing act. And lastly, number 5 would be to have belief in yourself. This is a really hard journey, and when I don't believe in myself, when I'm doubting myself, I've just made it harder. Luckily, I have some really good people around me that always push me and always lift me up when I'm down. But this year, and I think I mentioned it on my TikTok, I just feel like I'm finally becoming the woman that is able to make my dreams come true. Or I almost feel like I deserve the dreams and the ambitions that I have. And I just wish I got to this point sooner. I wish I believed in myself to this level sooner. And I've always believed in myself enough to keep going. There's been times when I wanted to stop and I haven't, so on and so forth. But there's been so many times when I've doubted myself, I've doubted my designs, doubted my ideas, doubted things that I know are right. And I always get there in the end, but I wish I could just speed up that process. And the more I believe in myself, the resilience that I grow over time, and even the confidence to speak to camera like this, it does come with time. And I just wish I knew that, but I wish I believed in myself earlier on. I wish that this time last year, this time 2 years ago, this time 6 months ago, I had this feeling, like, I don't have to even describe it, deep inside, that I genuinely do believe in myself, and I know that I'm making the right decisions, and I'm going and I can listen to my gut. That's just, I really wish I had that earlier on. So those are 5 things I wish I knew. There are so many other things, like apps, like I really love Shopify, different things that I wish I was using. The fact that I've seen a really good increase in Pinterest. I think I mentioned that in the last vlog about Pinterest. So I will get into that in a separate video. But thank you for watching. Happy birthday to me for tomorrow. And I can't wait to continue taking you on this journey of raising Rozana.